Hello, welcome back to the channel, and this is a channel where we give you reviews, playthroughs, unboxings. We generally like to talk a lot of bollocks about tabletop gaming in general, and in this video we're going to be talking about a programming game. We're going to be talking about RoboRally, and in this game you'll be programming your robots to plot your way around a course to collect flags that will allow you to win the game. So in this video we're going to be giving you very brief overview of the rules. We'll be telling you what we do like, don't like. Then we'll come back, we'll tell you whether or not RoboRally is still worth your time and bother. I don't know, there's been so many versions of this. This one was 2005, so I don't know, what's that, 18 years after it was first released? 18 years after it was first released by Avalon Hill. So remember, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to this channel, hit the like button, all that YouTube bullshit. See you after this.
Bollocks.
So, RoboRally, how'd you play this game? So RoboRally is a programming game for 1 to 8 players? 2 to 8 players. First thing you're going to do, you can look at the course manual, you're going to choose a course and you'll set the boards up as the manual tells you to do, right? You'll set up the docking bay board, the factory floor boards, which are like the main boards, and you'll put the flags on the spaces they're meant to be. Then each player will get a robot miniature, you'll get an archive marker, and you'll also get a program sheet for that robot. So this game follows a number of phases. The first thing you will do is you will deal program cards. Each player is going to get 9 cards, and if you've got any damage markers on your program board, then you will get less cards, right? So if you've got 1 damage marker, you'll get 8 programming cards, right? It's not difficult, is it? So once you've been dealt new program cards, you'll choose 5 cards from your hand and you will arrange them on your programming board from left to right, yeah? And this indicates which of the actions on the card will be activated first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and all that shit. There is a sand timer in this game, but we never use it because it's bloody stupid. It's got one of those sort of dumb Galaxy Trucker rules where the last player has to flip that sand timer and all that crap, but we just throw it out the window and stamp on it really hard. Next thing you could do is you can announce a power down. If you've got any damage tokens on your player board, you put a power down token on your player board and then you will discard all the damage markers, right? This is basically a way of healing yourself, but other robots can still push you and all that shit, right? So next thing that will happen, you're going to start activating your action cards. You'll see that on each card there is an initiative value, and a higher number means that you are going to be moving first, right? A robot with a 200 card is going to move before a robot with a 100 card. If robots collide, it will push other robots, yeah? You can't push other robots through walls, right? And robots don't take damage if they hit a wall, right? So if you look at the cards that you're going to be programming, you've got sort of things like move 1 forward, move 2 forward if you have sniffed some amphetamine sulfate, and you've also got a U-turn in here, sponsored by the Tory government, you know what I mean? So as you move, you may encounter different elements on the board, right? You've got conveyor belts. If you hit a conveyor belt, you move 1 space extra in that direction. You've got rotating conveyor belts, which will move you in another direction. And lasers will fire if you are in line of sight, right? So you'll take damage if you are stupid enough to get in front of a laser, yeah? Don't do it, you fucking idiot. Twat. There's also repair sites where you can heal damage, right? And if you touch a flag, then you will be able to claim the flag, then move on to the next flag, and then the next flag, and the next flag, and then you might even win the game, yeah? So you've got repairs and upgrades, yeah? If you land on a space with a wrench and a hammer, then you can discard a damage token, and you can also draw an options card. So these are cards that will break the game even more broken than it already is. So you might be in possession of some ramming gear, right? I know I am. And it says whenever your robot pushes or bumps into another robot, that robot receives 1 damage token. Or you might be put into 4th gear, and this says whenever you execute a move 3, you may move your robot 4 spaces instead of 3. Or you might benefit from some extra memory, which will stop your brain from being like a fucking goldfish. And it says you receive 1 extra program card each turn, but you will still discard all unused program cards when you are done programming your register. So these program cards add even more mayhem and chaos to an already mayhemic and chaotic game, yeah? So keep doing this until someone has touched all of the flags on the map, and then that player will be the winner of RoboRally. So what do we like about RoboRally? So the first thing that we really like about this is it plays up to 8 players, right? Being a mind-numbingly chaotic game, if you're into this sort of thing, then you are going to want to make it as insane as possible. And playing RoboRally with 8 players is bordering on the insane. If you look at some of the maps in the course manual, then you will join me in being aghast at how stupid these maps are. They are bonkers massive. They are absolutely ridiculously, fiendishly difficult. So if your idea of a good time is programming your robot, just seeing what happens and then laughing about it, then this course manual has got all of the necessary ingredients for you to give yourself that headache that you've been wanting to suffer with for a very long time. So the second thing that we like about RoboRally is it's got some program cards that will break up the monotony of laying 5 cards on a player mat and then doing what it says. Yeah, we've already gone through a few of them, so I'm not going to go through them again, but there's a nice little stack of program cards that adds some much needed variety to a game that doesn't really have any, you know what I mean? So final thing that we like about this version of RoboRally is that the little robot miniatures are quite nice, and Avalon Hill have done the dutiful thing and given them all names. You might end up with the Hulk X90, and it says, confident you bet Hulk X90s are programmed from the start with delusions that they are actually hundreds of feet tall, and that if they were released from the factory they'd be unstoppable juggernauts of destruction. Sounds like my wife in the morning. Or you might end up with Twitch before Twitch was even conceived, and it says Twitch knows everything that could possibly go wrong in a factory, and that's a lot. While they're not exactly nervous, they do tend to twitch at night, loud noises, sudden movements, and often nothing at all. I suppose that's a bit like a teenage spotty geek having a wank. So yeah, the robot minis are quite nice. They could have done with being made of metal, but Avalon Hill being cheapskate bastards, they're made of plastic. But they're there, and I'll take that because there's not really that much else in the box, right? So what don't we like about RoboRally? So the first thing that we don't like about RoboRally is it's too fucking long, right? Like we said, if you look at some of these maps in the back of the book, if you're going to go with even a 2-board map, you're looking at hours and hours of pain and suffering trying to get those sodding flags marked off. And for shits and giggles, they even give you bigger maps which need extra boards, right? Now, if you're going to do that, you may as well just sit in a cave and starve yourself to death, right? Because hell would have to freeze over before I dipped my toe in a pool of RoboRally acid. It's probably in your interest to sit on a park bench and rot away rather than playing larger map games of RoboRally with 8 players, because okay, whilst we like a bit of chaos, I'm not really feeling like ball game Armageddon, you know what I mean? So the second thing we don't like about RoboRally is the components are complete and utter dog shit, yeah. Like a lot of Avalon Hill games, the card stock is made of that horrible, glossy, thin shit that you wipe your ass with in a public toilet. If you add to that, the colour scheme on the boards is really, really horrible. It's just shades of grey. It makes you feel like you are traversing B&Q looking for an orbital sander. So yeah, it just looks like they haven't really bothered with this. I said the miniatures are nice, yeah, that's one sort of saving grace, yeah, but the rest of it looks and feels as if I have printed this myself with a daisy wheel dot matrix printer. So the final thing that we don't like about RoboRally is it is just an exercise in frustration, yeah. You will be tearing your fucking hair out playing this game, yeah, and if you haven't got much hair left like me, then you won't really want to be doing that to yourself, will you? There are plenty of other ways to get the same feeling from this game. You could drop a concrete block on your foot. You could eat some raw rice and then down 2 litres of water, or you could just cut off your testicles with a rusty razor blade. You're going to have some anti-migraine tablets when you play this, yeah, because it's just one of the most frustrating games I've ever played. But some people like it. Some people call this a fucking classic, right? I'd like to know what clown school they went to when they were a kid. So yeah, RoboRally, if you lot at the back actually have any friends at all, I know it's a long shot, but if you've got any kind of friends or even acquaintances, play RoboRally with them and watch them run as far away as they can to the hills, yeah? So to summarise, is RoboRally still worth your time and bother today and in the future? So we're going to say, no, RoboRally is a relic of the past that needs to be ejected into space, right? You may as well sit on a bed of nails, punching yourself in the face whilst listening to Napalm Death on repeat. This game makes me want to grab a sledgehammer and destroy stuff. It is fun watching your opponent's plans evaporate into the ether, but it's not that much fun when they're laughing at you for the same reason. This is the dictionary definition of frustrating, and it's about time that RoboRally just fucked off, buried itself in a mountain and never came back. Right, so there you go, that is RoboRally. Remember, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to this channel, hit the like button and all that YouTube bullshit. See you next time.